Hello, Emily.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I was having some trouble getting connected. So, my apologies. How is everyone today?
Doing good. How about you?
Good. So, I guess from my view, I could see some people are virtual. Is anyone in person at the mansion?
We only had one in person.
One person? Okay, cool. So I am on a little bit of a time crunch, which is why I'm doing this virtually today. But really, I just want to first thank you, Jack, for the opportunity for me to come speak to Beta Alpha Psi at FDU. We have a long history with FDU. Little bit of background. We joined CLA back in February of this year. Prior to CLA, we were a mid-sized firm, Sobel and Company in Livingston, and we were acquired by CLA. So we went from being a mid-sized firm to a large firm, and I will talk a little bit about the experience there and the resources that we have now being a larger firm, but not losing sight of what students like you want from a smaller firm feels. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I hope I can do this. I don't use Teams, not Teams. What is this? Zoom very often. So give me 1 second. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Ooh.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, now I lost you guys though. So how do I get back to you? Oh, I can't look at both at the same time, I guess. Okay. Do you see yourself now?
Yes, and we see the presentation too.
You see the presentation? Okay, great.
Yes.
All right. So I can't see you guys. So if you have a question, in the course of the presentation, just come off of mute and interrupt me. Okay. Sound good?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. So, So first and foremost, quick introduction. So my name is Emily Grise. I am the senior campus recruiter in the Northeast region. I cover New York and New Jersey and also DC as my areas that I'm recruiting for. Prior to CLA, I was with our legacy firm, Sobel Co., as our HR manager. So kind of oversaw a wide range of different things under the HR umbrella. But when moving over to CLA, a larger firm, each area within HR is its own, little department. So I wasn't able to necessarily be a generalist anymore. However, I was able to really focus and narrow focus into campus recruiting. So a little bit about me. I am from New Jersey, born and raised. I have 2 small children. And what else is fun about me? I'm a huge animal lover and I love anything outdoors. So just some fun facts. So talking about CLA from a national and international reach. So we are actually just approaching 10,000 employees. We currently have 144 US locations, and we are our own independent network of global organizations. So we have CLA Global. So a network of firms across the world are part of us. Now at CLA, this is something that we hold really close to ourselves. So the 4 essential elements of the CLA promise. So we have our purpose, our promise, our one family culture, and our strategic advantages. So our purpose, what is our purpose? Our purpose is to create opportunities for our clients, our peoples, and our communities. And our promise is to know you and to help you, whether that is a client, a person, or a community. Our family culture, so we are one family working together to create opportunities. And our strategic advantages are our deep industry specialization, our integrated capabilities with premier resources for private business owners, and our inspired careers. Now, we are fully driven by our CLA values, which are curious, collaborative, transparent, inclusive, and reliable. Now, creating opportunities for our clients. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this slide, but this is just a breakdown of where our clients fall under, how many clients we have, how many are private households served, private businesses served. And then you'll see what I like to point out in the bottom right-hand corner is our organic growth. So aside from any acquisitions we've had or mergers we've had, there's been 14.2% organic growth over the last year. Now, I spoke about our strategic advantages, and one of those was our deep industry specialization. So these areas right here are our areas that we have true niche areas in, right? So we have the agribusiness and construction and federal government, financial services, healthcare and life sciences, higher education, manufacturing and distribution, nonprofit, which in New Jersey is our largest industry area, professional services, real estate, retail, state and local government, technology, and transportation and logistics.
Excuse me, Emily, can I just ask a question? You said not for profit was your largest area of specialization in New Jersey. What type of not-for-profit?
Yeah, so really any nonprofits. We do a lot of schools.
Okay.
That's a really big one. We do a lot of, I would say schools are probably our biggest. We have some like food banks and trying to think.
Some traditional charities and schools.
Yeah, schools are definitely our largest in New Jersey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. So our services, right? So when you think of a professional services organization or a CPA firm, right, you traditionally think of audit and tax, which we have, right? But two areas that we are working on growing quickly and efficiently are our wealth advisory practice and our digital practice. And then on the flip side, we also have our consulting and outsourcing group. Now, as I mentioned, we exist to create opportunities for our people, our clients, and our communities, right? So creating opportunities for our people. This past year, we had over 3,000 people join CLA. You'll notice this word alumni, right? So we had over 250 alumni rejoin CLA, and I'll talk a little bit about what alumni means in a couple of slides. 306 family members advanced to a director path. Over 200 family members went to the principal path, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Over 2,000 declared new industries. Over 150 family members pursued mobility opportunities, so relocated, but were able to keep their job with us. And there were over 700 learning sessions held. So continuing to give our people, trainings and provide education and so on and so forth. So you'll notice that you'll see family members here and there, right? We don't call our people employees. We call our people family members because truly CLA does have this very, very warm family feel. So let's see if this will work for me. Maybe not. All right. I'll send this out to you guys. It's just our commercial about CLA and the career paths at CLA, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So inspired careers at CLA is something that our people hear about a lot. What's involved in your inspired career is your choices that you make, the experiences that you endure, and the strengths and inspirations that you have. So between those three things, you're able to create your own inspired career. What I love so much is that no one's going to say, oh, we really need someone in our tax department. And just because you're standing right here, that's the role for you. No, that's not how it works. How it works is by what our people want, where they want to go and what their career aspirations are. We have a peer advisor program at CLA that when anyone starts at the firm, they get a peer advisor. The peer advisor is someone who helps them get acclimated from a cultural perspective to our firm. And then we have a career coaching model, which is a person that within your first 30 days of working at the firm, you're to select a career coach, and that person is in charge of helping you get to your career goals. And what we love so much is that we have a culture of feedback. So we don't do performance reviews. We don't have, quarterly meetings, on performance. It's an ongoing culture of feedback. And what that means is that you're getting it all the time, constructive and, positive. So this is a career path overview. And I think a lot of times with the accounting industry in particular is you'll hear up and out, right? So you either become a partner or you leave, right? So is that something that you guys hear or have heard?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what's neat about CLA is that that's not the model that we follow, right? We follow a model that looks similar to this. Actually, this is what it looks like, right? So you come in as an associate, and then when you become a senior, promoted to senior, you have 3 choices to make. You have the manager path, the director path, or the alumni path. And the manager path essentially is for external facing people. So those people that love to network, that want to bring new clients into the firm, right? Those are the people that go the manager to principal route. And those who want to focus on growing our internal existing client book, those people will go down this director path and ultimately become signing directors. Signing directors and principals are essentially your partners of the firm, right? But we don't call them partners. We call them signing directors and principals, and they're equally as important. So it doesn't matter which path you go, there's equal opportunity for earnings potential and growth in either way you go. And what's neat is we also have this path called the alumni path. And the alumni path is for someone who, says that public accounting isn't for them, right? They get to that senior level and they're like, I really want to go private. Okay, well, what do you want to do private, in private, right? So we help them get the experiences that they need and help them make the connections that they need to make sure that they're going to a place that's going to take care of them as a person. So that's the alumni path. And then let's say they decide they want to come back, right? They thought the grass was always greener on the other side, but it wasn't. So they decide they want to come back and they want to go down that, signing director path. We have an open policy that if you leave us on good terms, we will always take you back, right? So having these open conversations and communicating ultimately is going to help you get to any position within your career. Okay, so CLA is certified as a great place to work. So 87% of our people said that this is a great place to work, where the typical company average, right, on this survey, their people, 57% of their people. So it's pretty awesome. It's a huge, huge percentage of people that say that we're a great place to work. We also were awarded in 2023 the Campus Forward Award, which is a company that's recognized for excellence in early career hiring. So we take interns from high school. So that's pretty early. We have the only high school internship program with a national firm. So really exciting, and all the way through, master's programs. These are just some additional awards and accolades that we've gotten. And let's talk about something that's extremely important, not only to our organization, but to the world, right? Is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So our mission for our DE&I is that we actively learn, listen, and reflect on diversity, equity, and inclusion issues. We hear the voices of our underrepresented family members. We see that CLA is a safe place for all, and we implement DE&I strategies throughout our CLA family. And this is something that I truly feel, not only because we have to check the box and do this, but I truly feel this in the bones of CLA. Now, last but certainly not least, we talked about creating opportunities for our people. We talked about creating opportunities for our clients, and now creating opportunities for our communities. So in 2015, CLA established the CLA Foundation. And what that is we give out grants, we give out sponsorships through this CLA Foundation. So 100% of our owners give to the CLA Foundation. And over 1,500 in 2022 family members donated to the CLA Foundation. So I actually have it come out every paycheck as a payroll deduction, and it goes straight to the foundation. And our people can nominate organizations and nominate sponsorships, right? That then ultimately are funded by the CLA Foundation. So if you guys want to just take out your phones, scan this QR code, we can stay connected. This will take us to the careers page. And I will open it up to any questions.
Anyone have any questions for Emily? I have a question. What do you look for in potential, if any of us here want to apply for CLA, what qualities or traits are you looking for in potential applicants to maybe begin an internship with CLA?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Jack. So we're looking for students that are going to raise their hand, take initiative, ask questions, be forward thinkers. We're not looking for someone to come in and know how to do an audit, right? We'll teach you those skills, but we want you to definitely, make yourself heard, make connections, ask those questions, and just take it seriously, right? I always tell students, your interview is really just a meet and greet. Your true interview is your internship. So own it,
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions we have on Zoom here? Maya, Ricky, Gloria. Questions?
I apologize. Yeah, I'm here. My question would be, why would you say the most successful people at your firm do different than everybody else, or any most successful intern so far?
Yeah. So I would say that the interns that have been the most successful at our firm are the ones that raise their hand, they're yesers, right? And they want to take initiative on certain projects. Not the intern that's just going to sit there and wait for work to be given, but the ones that are constantly asking if someone could use a hand, if there's something that they could do, or if they see something that could be done more seamlessly or a way that makes more sense, right? Just speaking up and being a true team player. I think those are the interns that really, end up going further than others.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming in for sharing that. Thank you.
I have another question. So I know there's the CPA designation for accounting. Do you look for anyone who's going to go for their master's and plan working for full time for CLA to plan on getting their CMA designation and to potentially get their CMA designation? Because I have heard that it's good to have both, or is it just preferred for the CPA to get your CPA designation?
Yeah, so we will hire people with under 150 credits with the hopes that they are going to get the 150 and sit for the CPA exam. However, what I will tell you is going to school full time for the 150 and working does not work. There's not enough time in the day. But if you're taking your time to get the 150 and you're doing it over 2 years and it's part-time, that's okay. It's just when you're going to school full time, right, to get the 150 and working full time, it's tough.
I have another question, actually. Thank you for answering my questions. I appreciate it. Can you please explain whether you offer any part-time opportunities for students that are in their 4+1 year during their grad courses?
Yep. So we have internships, right? And we can do full-time internships, right? Which would be a 40-hour work week, essentially. We have a 44-hour work requirement for our full-time people. So you just wouldn't be held to any extra hours as a student. We would have you just work a full-time 40-hour a week internship, but not be held to other additional hours.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And we do, I should mention, have internships in tax, in assurance, in our biz ops group, and we work with your schedule for the internships.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Of course.
And it's nice that you offer different opportunities in different fields.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Actually, go ahead, Dr. Collier.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, Ricky, please, go ahead.
All right, thank you. Yes, I just have a quick question about the excuse me, about the internship structure. I know you mentioned that your New Jersey practice works a lot with not-for-profits. And I do have some experience with not-for-profits, so I'm just curious, is that something that maybe an audit intern would be specialized in, like just work on not-for-profit clients as opposed to working on other industries?
Yeah. So anytime someone starts with us, whether it's an intern or a full-time person, essentially they pick a major and a minor, right? So they'll pick two industries, one to fully specialize in, and then the other to have as like a backup when their season is slow within their, industry, right? Now you're not locked into those. You're gonna get exposure for everything, right? But if nonprofit is an area that you want to specialize in, 100% we can have you specialize in it.
Awesome, that's very unique. Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is, do you have opportunities for non-accounting majors? Do you look to hire non-accounting majors in some of your areas?
It's a great question. So we have some requirements for applicants, and one of those is major. And so any applicant that we will interview has to either be an accounting major, a finance major, or an econ major, which I don't think always works. So I'm a little bit hesitant to that. Now we do have areas that, our HR department, for instance, right? They don't have to be an accounting major, right? But the primary bulk of the people we hire are accounting and finance students.
Okay, but you do hire finance students then?
We
Yes,
do,
that's
yeah,
what I wanted to
particularly in our wealth advisory group.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have to these days. We're not getting many accounting students going to school or students going to school for accounting, so got to expand our horizons.
I know
Although
we have some members who are private.
go into accounting.
Any more questions for Emily? Okay, then.
Can you put out your email information so that we can contact?
I'm going to put it in the chat right here. And Jack, if you want to also just circulate it around to anyone that is not here, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. We still have a couple internship spots left for the spring, not a whole lot. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me.
Absolutely. We will.
Great. Thank you guys so much. Good luck to you all.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you so much. It was nice hearing
You
about
too.
what you shared for the firm.
Thank you.
Thank you.